We're here at the James Museum in the contemporary portion of the museum. I'm in front of a piece called by Earl Bliss, called Magic Thunder in the Northern Sky. And what I want to do is also by the same artist that we're going to be talking about today. And I just want to show you the placement of the art in this particular portion of the gallery of the museum. As you can see, it is abstract expressionist paintings. And we come to the end of the hall, and at the end of the hall is the painting entitled Winter Sunrise Circle of the Big Sky People. And this is the painting we're going to be talking about today. This is also by Earl Bliss, the artist. So the first thing I'd like to describe is the composition of the painting. This is definitely a narrative. You can see in the bottom portion the Indians, what appears to be Indians in abstract fashion, going in a particular direction, at least the Indians in the foreground. But look closely at the background. There are Indians that are coming back towards the ones in the foreground. What's interesting is the ones in the foreground, the three on the right, the four on the right, are facing in one direction, while this one on the very left of the canvas is turned around facing back. What's even more interesting is, if you look closely at the Indians in the background, you will see that they are also facing in a different direction totally. They are facing to their right or to the foreground's left. So what's the story here? What is the artist talking about? What is the artist expressing? It's obviously a story. It's a story of a roundup, maybe? Are they being followed? Are they following somebody? Have they come to the end of the road where the water is and no more land? We really don't know, but it's a narrative. There's great contrast, especially in these three figures in the center of the painting, where the white against the dark backgrounds. The values are startling, to say the least, and draws the viewer's eyes to the center of the painting. There's great line variation in the painting, and I'd like to take you up closer to the painting so you can see that. You can see there are many horizontal and vertical lines throughout the painting. There's also great variation in brush strokes, from hard strokes to heavy palette to drops to streaks, and at times what appears to be palette knife. There is unity in the painting. Obviously, there is a great amount of blue from top to bottom, but more subtly, there is red and purple and orange and pinks going from the very top to the very bottom. There's also the blankets on the horses. help to unify the painting with its colors. Look at the space, how it's utilized. On one side of the painting, there's heavy usage of oils and colors and strokes. And it's on the left side of the canvas. While on the right side, is much more space given, creating a balance between left and right. Additionally, look at the very top and how it's much more structured and becomes much more easy as it goes to the right. Now, as I take you back, come to the bottom of the painting, and you'll see the same thing. There's a great amount of oil being utilized in strokes. And as you go right, it becomes less and less. The painting is also unified from right to left, the blues and the reds and yellows and the pinks, throughout from left to right. There's economy in the painting. It does not have so many figures or distractions that you are drawn away from the subject of the painting itself. The writer's in the foreground. Everything else is minimized, except for the sky, obviously, which is a major attraction for this particular painting. The textures. Let's look very closely at the textures. Going to the side of the canvas and looking so you can see the texture within the painting itself. The light is obvious in this particular painting. The light is coming from the far left corner downward and shining on the individuals and on the ground. There's proportion. And the proportion is developed because of the heavy number of figures in the bottom of the painting, with a high volume, lacking any type of figures or definitions in the top portion of the painting. There's a great variety of color. The artist here used the entire palette in order to formulate his ideas onto canvas. Overall, I find this painting absolutely gorgeous, and for the reasons I've given.